And welcome to another edition of Ducks No Sports. This week, we're talking about round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Of course, got away last night, a little behind, but I will still give you my breakdown of round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Of course, round 1, not too exciting. A few good series in there, like Brooklyn and Chicago, but nothing really there, which is kind of expected. You know, kind of the NBA playoffs, kind of start out slow, but then get better as the rounds go on. And I expect, but looking at the matchups for this round, there's a few good matchups to watch for. And I'm excited to see a few of these matchups, and I think we could have some solid basketball played over the next 2 weeks. But we'll start with number 1 in the East, Miami Heat, taking on the Chicago Bulls. Interesting series. Now, with Miami, it's pretty clear that Miami is an unstoppable train that cannot be stopped. I mean, Miami Heat are just in a different level as everybody. They're just in the zone right now than everybody else in the East. I mean, LeBron James, best player in the world. Dwayne Wade playing great. Chris Bosh even playing good. Really good to see. The Miami Heat are just seem to be unstoppable, and they're taking on a team in the Chicago Bulls who, yes, they do have Derrick Rose back, and they've lost some key players. Like Duhon was banged up in Game 7. Don't know if he'll go for this series or not. But the Chicago Bulls are a scrappy team, and there's another factor in this series. Don't forget, the Chicago Bulls hate Miami Heat and will do nothing better to beat the Miami Heat. Of course, the Chicago Bulls, without Derrick Rose, ended Miami's huge streak. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Bulls won. I think the Bulls can give them a tough series, but I just don't see it. I think Miami Heat are just too locked and loaded right now, and I like the Miami Heat to win this series. 6 games. No, it's not going to be a sweep, but the Miami Heat will win this series, and they will win this in 6 games over the Chicago Bulls. Our next matchup these as the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. Very interesting series last series for the New York Knicks against the Celtics. Had a 3-0 lead and almost blew the whole thing. And then got lucky there. They came back against the Celtics to win that series. And for the Knicks to win this series, Carmelo Anthony has to be an MVP type guy. I mean, the New York Knicks rely so much on this guy to get it done. I mean, he has to get it done for New York Knicks to win, because let's face it, besides Carmelo, yeah, you got Stoudemire and a few other good players, but nothing to the caliber of Carmelo Anthony. And I just think if the New York Knicks are going to win this series, because they're playing a team, the Indiana Pacers, who are a scrappy team, just get it done. No real stars on this team, just a group of guys that just love playing together. And I really like the Indiana Pacers. I really think the Pacers are maybe the second best team. These could upset Miami if they meet up in the Eastern Final. And I really like them this year. I've liked them from the jump. I always thought they were a good team. Thought they were going to upset the Miami Heat last year. And we'll see what the Indiana Pacers do this series, because they've never gone past this second round with this group. And it will be interesting. This is interesting. I think this is a better matchup for the Pacers, because I really think Pacers can get past the next. I think they will. I think Carmelo Anthony, I just think it's just too much on the line for this guy. I just don't think he'll have enough gas to put his team on his back and take them to the Eastern Final. I think the Indiana Pacers beat the New York Knicks in 7 games. It'll be a long series, but the Indiana Pacers get the job done. Okay, moving over to the West, as the OKC, Oklahoma City, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. OKC lost a big piece of the puzzle last round in Westbrook. I mean, after Durant, this is the guy in OKC, and this might be a bigger hurdle than they're letting on. I really think that this is a key guy on how they want to do things, and if he can't, well, he probably won't go for the series. And can they get past Memphis? Maybe, but you got to think past Memphis, when you'll probably end up playing the Spurs again in the Western Final. And Kevin Durant's a great player. I mean, but if his game's here right now, to go back to the NBA Finals, his game probably have to go like here, just because like it's all him now. It's all in Kevin Durant to get it done. Without Westbrook there, losing his Robin, and OKC are still a very good team. Don't get twisted. They are still a great basketball team. But without Westbrook, I just don't see them going back to the finals. But before we talk finals, we got to talk about this series against Memphis. And I'll give Memphis credit. I didn't give them much of a chance. About mid-season when they traded Rudy Gay, I thought that was the biggest mistake that they've ever done. Last series, I didn't give them much of a chance against the Clippers. I believe I picked them to win like 5 games. And the Clippers, going up 2-0 in the series, look like they're just going to, roll all the way to the round 2. But didn't happen. Losing 4 straight games to the Memphis Grizzlies. And let's face the facts, Memphis is a scrappy team that just gets the job done. Kind of like the Indiana Pacers. No real stars, but they just play team ball. They work so great as a team. And that being said, I think OKC, even losing Westbrook, playing a scrap team in Memphis, I just don't think Memphis has the horses to get it done against Durant. I think Durant will have a great series, and I think the Oklahoma City Thunder win this series in 6 games. And our last series, the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Golden State Warriors. Warriors come out and play indeed. So with the Spurs here, just what more can you say about last series? Just a beat down of all proportions against the Lakers. I mean, it wasn't even fair. Like, the Lakers weren't even on the same level as the Spurs. And I think it was expected. I even picked the Spurs to win in a sweep. And that's what they did. I mean, the Spurs are just on a different level. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili, still getting it done at their age. But the question is, can they get it done against a young Bucks team in the Golden State Warriors? Because let's face it, Golden State, man, they were feeding off that crowd when they're playing in Golden State. I mean, just like I said last preview about the NBA playoffs, I mean, I think Golden State, I think this team is a very underrated team, but this team gets it done. Like, they just get it done. I mean, Stephen Curry, if you didn't know who he was before, you do now. Because he has turned into a household name. I mean, this kid can just shoot it from everywhere. I mean, just amazing, amazing stuff. And the other players, David Lee came back last round. I think that will help things. Can Golden State push the San Antonio Spurs? I think they can. Can they win? Maybe. But I think Golden State's going to give them it's going to go 7. That's what I think. I think the series will go 7. And for my upset of the playoffs, I believe the Golden State Warriors get it done. And I think the Golden State Warriors upset the San Antonio Spurs. I just think Golden State's just playing with too much high energy. I think they go to the Western Final. And this is just a fun team to watch. I like them for the last couple of years. This is just a real fun team to watch. And the Golden State Warriors upset the San Antonio Spurs in 7 games. Well, that's it for this round. Should be interesting how it goes, but if it goes the way I think it will, we'll have Miami and the Pacers in the East, and we'll have OKC and the Golden State Warriors in the West. But till next time, I'm Aaron Darkman saying I'm Ducks, and I know sports, kind of.